Hi, I'm Violette. I'm a glass blower from Wilmington, Vermont. In high school, I was really into painting, and I decided to go to Alfred University when I was a student there. So the person that first got me interested in glass blowing was a friend of mine named Brian Pike. He's a graduate student in glass, and he was one of my early teachers. He convinced me, oh, you got to try glass blowing. So one evening, myself and a few of my friends that were also freshmen, we all got to try a little glass blowing in the hot glass studio at Alfred. He basically gave me my early base of glass blowing. He gave me a lot of my early skills at Alfred there. Another one of the people that I was influenced by was Ed Branson. I apprenticed with him for many years, but I was very inspired by his style and his organic forms that he creates. My style is kind of a more inspired by the natural world. You know, I've always done a lot of gardening, and I guess I just love trying to recreate that. But that first experience was really like, you know, sort of hooked me in, was mesmerizing. Kind of from then on out, you know, I decided this is definitely something I want to pursue. And I still continue with my painting and printmaking, but the glass and metal kind of started to take over. The molten glass especially is very mesmerizing, and it's like, you know, you can tug at it, you can pull at it, you can spot heat certain areas, and just, it can become so many different things. You know, you can carve and cut and polish it, and, you know, do all this cold work to it, or you can, you know, do all these different things like I do with powder techniques and in the hot shop, and it's just, there's so many like endless possibilities. It never limits you. You know, you can basically make whatever you want to make, but having that good background set of skills is really important to be able to get to the point where you can make exactly what you want to make and have it come out the way you want it to come out. So being a student at Alfred University, the great thing about it was that I could, even though I was studying in glass, I could also make use of the metal fabrication studio or the bronze foundry or the woodworking shop or the painting studio, so which is really great for me, and I've continued to do that now that I'm older and am a professional artist. You know, I like to use all this mixed media approach, and I don't like to limit myself to different materials. Even though glass is really my passion, I kind of build other stuff around the glass, I guess. So glass is the main focus. I've been blowing glass 27 years, you know, and I've really, you know, had a pretty awesome background. I've been really fortunate to study with so many great glass artists. You know, Lino Tagliapietra would definitely be one of them. Dante Marioni, Billy Morris, Karen Willenbrink Johnson, Pino Signoretto, Martin Janetsky. Yes, I studied at the Pilchuck Glass School. I had only been blowing glass for just over a year at that point, and I really just honed my skills a lot during that class. Lino and Dante both were just such fabulous teachers. You know, getting that really good base, I think, has helped me later on to be able to do, you know, kind of like anything I wanted to do. Getting that basic blowing skills from like the maestros is pretty awesome, and I was really fortunate at that young age to be able to do that. And then in 2003, I went back to Pilchuck and I studied with Billy Morris, Karen Willenbrink Johnson, and Randy Walker. And that was also like a jointly taught class. And what a fabulous session that was. That's when I started using a lot of powdered glass color, which is what I still use now to create the colors in most of my glass sculptures. I'm a big gardener. When my husband and I first bought our home in 2001, then one of the first things I did was to like dig out a bunch of sod and put in a bunch of vegetable gardens and flower gardens. And I think from like that early experiences, I think I really was inspired by that whole like physicality of it, as well as it all kind of translates into the work that I make. So I think that discovery aspect, just the daily growth and the daily changes, is really what's inspired me. I'm always picturing new and different pieces that I want to create, and I think that's what keeps me going. You know, I'm pushing myself to, you know, make newer and different work, and, you know, keeping it fresh, I think, is really what's important to me, and just kind of pushing myself. Little things like that kind of help drive me too, but I've always kind of been like a self-motivated person, kind of just trying to always kind of move up to the next level with my work. Just my love of working with glass and just trying different techniques keeps the self-motivation going, because I'm always kind of looking to that next step. I guess the advice I would have to somebody that's maybe like a glass artist fresh out of college would probably be doing something similar to what I did, would be to work in a production glass studio, hands-on experience where you have to be like starting pieces for another artist, where everything has to be the exact same size, no bubbles, the color has to be just right, the size and shape of your bubble has to be really correct. Like I did that for a number of years for 3 different glass artists, Stephen Fellerman, Ed Branson, who has been a big influence on me, and then Bob Dane's studio, where we are right now making this video. Working for them and getting to like learn another artist's aesthetic, but also trying to keep their, try to keep it within the parameters that they're looking for. It's really important to work in somebody else's studio for quite a while before jumping in and trying to build your own studio. And coming out of college, they didn't really teach us any of the business side of things. So I think that getting to know the business side of art through working for another artist is really important. Even just learning how to pack your pieces or how to, I'm still learning that now, A few of the galleries I'm represented by are Chance Galleries in Stockbridge, Massachusetts, Vetri Gallery in Seattle, Washington, Raven Gallery in Aspen, Colorado, Duncan McClellan Gallery in St. Petersburg, Florida, Epic Gallery in Manchester, Vermont, as well as Edgewater Gallery in Middlebury, Vermont. So if you'd like to see more of my work, you're welcome to go to my website at www.jenviolette.com, or you can follow me on Instagram at JenVioletteGlass.